Yo, what up guys, OPTCG Daniel here, back at it with a deck profile video. So today we're gonna do Marco. As you guys know, Marco is definitely one of my favorite decks. I love all the white beard cards, so definitely gonna play Marco. Yeah, played it in OPO 8, not that good. OPO 8.5, it's a little bit better, but the deck still needs a lot more support to be really good. I hope we get it. But yeah, Don 1, activate main, once per turn, draw one card, place one card from your hand at the top or bottom of your deck, then give up to one of your opponent's characters, minus 2000 power during this turn. So really good, you can cycle your hands, you can get rid of your bricks, put it to the bottom, or if you need a card at the next draw turn, you can just put it at the top, give something minus 2k, swing into it for 6, so if you minus a 6, it's a 4, you can swing in, they need to do at least a 2k and a 1k, so really good, you can just lower your opponent's stuff, and this is where the deck plays around. So yeah, let's put you right here. So for our 1 cost, we play 4 times ESO Searcher. This is a Searcher for Whitebeard, so on play, look at the 5 cards, add a Whitebeard card other than ESO to your hand, place your mana at the bottom, so you can add all the events, the cards, event, stages. We don't play the stages though, but yeah, you can add all the Whitebeard cards, good, and you can also swing with it if you really want to. Then for our other 1 drops, we play 4 times the new Tetch from the starter deck. On play, if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirates, give something minus 2000 power character, then add a life from the top of your life to your hand. So you do lose a life if you use this. This is pure for the 2k counter, but also against decks that want to starve you. And it's a searchable Otama. The only downside is you have to take a life, but if you really need to, you can just use it for the minus 2k take a life. Not that bad, really good card, and you can just combo it off with all your other pieces. Really good against starve decks. Then for the 3 cost, we play 4 times the Flamingo blocker. Yeah, it's a blocker. On play, look at the 5 cards of your card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, rearrange them in any order you want, so you know what you will draw, what you will play with the Sanji in the future, or what cards you will draw, or you do this at your 4 dawn turn, you play this, you look at top 5, and then you think, okay, I need this card in my hand right now. Then you use your remaining dawn for your leader ability, put the card on top, and then just use your leader ability, get that card, put a card to the bottom, so you can just stack your deck and know what's coming. Blocker, really good, and yeah, you can plan ahead in the future. Then we go into the 4 cost, we play a lot of 4 cost, we play 4 times Marco blocker. It's a searchable blocker that is sticky. If you have 2 or less lives, this card comes back from the trash when it's KO'd. So if a Lucci gives it minus 3, it becomes a 1, they pop it, it goes to the trash, you use the ability, you trash a Whitebeard pirate card, it comes back, it's still a 4 cost, because it was to the trash, and then it's back in the field, so the minus reduction is gone. So that's a really good play around black, just a blocker. If this only was a 5 cost 6k, with this effect, it would be crazy. Then we play 3 times Kingdu and 3 times Jozu for the blockers. Not for blockers, I mean for the 2k counters. Yeah, the Kingdu is kinda bad. If you ever need to use it, use it. Activate main once per turn. You may reveal 2 Whitebeard cards in your hand. This card gains 2000 power during this turn, so it boosts itself, but you will never use it. Just use for the 2k counter. And then we have Jozu, Don 1. If you have 2 or less lives, this card gains rush. It's basically a worse ace. You can play this, attach 3 dons, it becomes a 7k rusher. So it's basically a worse OPO 2 ace. But still, really good counters, all searchable. We have a lot of searchable cards right now in this deck. Then for our last 4 cost, we're going to play 2 times Pudding. This is for decks that have a big hand size. We are blue, so we're definitely going to play Pudding. Yeah, if you want to go for little, they have 2 big hands, play this. They draw 5 cards, shuffle their deck. Yeah, GG. Then for the new edition, we play 3 times Portugal's the Ace, the new Rusher. Yeah, if your leader includes the Whitebeard Pirates type trait, this card gains Rush. If this card, once per turn, if this card would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may give this character minus 2000 power during this turn instead. So if black KOs this, you can just make it a 4000, it's safe, it's kinda like the red-black Sabo leader ability. So it's a sticky boy, and yeah, it gains rush, and you can just attack. And also if they bottom deck it or put it to your life with Katakuri, you just give it minus 2k, it stays on the field. I'm talking way too quick, I have no breath. Oh, I'm sorry. Then for the new edition, the really good card for this deck, this 7 cost Whitebeard. Finally, we have this card in our meta. This card is so good. On play, give up to one of your rested Don to your leader. So it already helps the leader. If you're 7 Dons, you play this, you give a rested Don to your leader, use leader ability, look at top card, add it to your hand, or play something back or to the bottom. Then you can give something minus 2k, and then activate main. You may rest this character, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5,000 or less. Really good. It's basically Jack, but then for red. I love this card. This card is so good. You can remove anything. It just KOs a 5,000 or less. Really good. So with your leader ability and this, you can KO a 7,000 already. And then with your other cards, you can KO almost anything. This is basically the card you always want to have on the field and remove stuff. And only swing with it when you can't KO anything. Or go for a game, of course. And we can also clear board with that card. And then for our 8 cost, we play 3 times Sulfur Rayleigh. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. This card is crazy, especially in this deck. Also, if you have the 7 cost on the field. This deck is really good at just breaking boards, removing everything. If your opponent has 5 cards on the field and you play it out really good, you can KO all of them. Really good. On play, give up to 2 of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power and minus 2,000 power until the end of your next turn. So in your opponent's turn, they are minus 3,000, minus 2,000. So you can just ignore those swings or don't have to trouble about it. And then you can KO a 3,000 or less. So say they did Moria, Rebecca, Lucci. You play this, you give the... it really depends on what you want to do with, but you can give the Moria minus 3k, it becomes a 6k. You can give the Lucci a 2k, minus 2k, it becomes a 4k. And you can pop the Rebecca. So you hit 3 cards on the field, you lower them attack, you also get rid of the blocker. Really good, and you can easily defend. I have no breath, I'm talking way too quick, I'm so sorry guys. Then for our 9 drops, 9 cost characters, we play Sanji. Sanji is a really good card, especially in this deck. All the cards are good, obviously. On play, reveal 1 card on top of your deck, other than Sanji. If it's a 9 cost or lower, you can play it. And then, of course, you want to play this. You basically get, for 9 dons, you get the worth of 18 dons. Really good. Also really hard for some decks to out, like Lucci. They cannot out 2 of them together, they can only out 1. So usually they will out this one because this one is more of a threat, but then still you have a 9 beater on the field, really good. And then of course, Edward Newgate, searchable, 9 cost 10k. On play, give up to your leader 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. So in your leader's turn, you're a 7k leader, and then attach 2 dons when attacking, KO something with 3,000 power or less. So this is the combo. With this card, you usually want to get this Rayleigh or the new Whitebeard, the 7 cost. Then we go into the events. We do play quite some events. We play 2 times Seaquake. If your leader, main effect, if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirate Stripe, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. You don't want to swing with all your big bodies into small bodies like Searchers, of course. So you just want to KO them. Trigger, give up to one of your leader or characters minus 3,000 power during his turn. And here we play 3 times Fire Fist. So I think right now that Bonnie will be one of the most represented decks at the format in this 8.5. Or Anel or some other cards with really big bodies and bodies that is really annoying to remove. So that's why we play this with the 7 cost Whitebeard. Because main, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4,000 power during his turn. Then if you have 2 or less life cards, KO something with 0 power or less. So yeah, your Whitebeard does 5,000 power or less KO. This gives minus 4,000, and then your leader gives minus 2,000, that's 6. So you can KO a 11k power based character. You can almost hit anything, and then of course with your other cards you can also hit Tenko's Big Mom, Tenko Shanks, Gear 5 Luffy. You can hit all the big bodies, just easily KO them. That's why you play this. And like I said, if you have 8 cost kids, Zoro, Bonnie cards, play this, KO them, easy, clear the board. And then for our last card, we play 4 times Bad K Commando Scores. We do play a lot of counters, a lot of 2k counters, but we also play a lot of bricks. If you know me, I love my 0 cost events, I always include them in all my decks. If they have it for that color, they probably have. But yeah, definitely play 4 of them. This deck dies to 7k swings, so just use this, discard some cards you don't need. Yeah, that's it. Not a lot to talk about this 0 cost event. But yeah, that's a quick deck profile of Marco. I'm out of breath. So yeah, let me guys know what you think. Do you agree with the list? Do you want to change stuff? Do you think some other cards are really good in this deck? Are you a fan of 6 cost Jozu or other stuff? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.